All right. Let's see here. King's Quest 6. I kind of forget where we are. I think we're at the castle. No, we were trying to figure out the weird island. So, oh boy. Hello, Jimmy. Thank you so much for destroying the Sankara stones for me. Let's see. I think I. Hold on. I'm still on the wrong game. No, it's all. Here we go. There we go. Let's see, Sierra. All right. It resizes. Ooh, that's too big. Let's get this the right size. Why is there background music? Get that out of here. There we go. Sorry. Readjusting from Amiga. Alright. Air today, gone tomorrow. And oh, we got the lamp. Did we get the lamp? Yes. Okay. So we're stuck. So I think what I'm gonna do is what I usually do, which is I'm gonna go to every screen and talk to everyone I'm aware of, starting all the way back over here. And we'll see if we can't figure something out. I'm gonna have to go a little earlier than usual today, so we're starting a little early. Because I have to wake up early. Alright, let's start here. Let's go see if this guy has any new info.
Oh, it's you. Come on in. How goes it, Alexander?
Alexander promises himself that he will not go home until he has determined what Casima's feelings are for him.
I'm used to the old the Quest for Glory we just played, where you have to talk to yourself to say things.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The Castle of the Crown sure is a beauty. She's the finest palace ever built, I'll warrant.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Some say that the land of the Green Isles is...
Okay, this is all the same stuff. Let's look around.
Several oil lamps are strategically placed around the boat's cabin to eliminate the island's dark nights.
I think we've tried to grab those
Alexander
before.
doesn't want to take the ferryman's lamps.
No.
Alexander isn't in the mood for a nap. Besides, he finds the thought of the old sea salt's bed linens rather uninviting.
Great.
The fire in the stove is out, and it is too warm a day to light it. Alexander is sitting inside.
No, I want to see this picture.
Alexander doesn't want to take anything from the cabin unless the ferryman offers it to him. Alexander doesn't want to...
Okay. I didn't think...
Well,
Luckily,
thanks
shake
again for your
hands.
hospitality.
What a ridiculous
You're always
visit.
welcome, Alexander. Come back anytime.
Anitsu, thank you for the good luck. Alright, we've tried to take this already,
Alexander
right?
wouldn't know what to do with the old bag of sand.
See, but why is it a thing?
An old canvas bag full of sand hangs off the side of the boat. It was most likely used as a bumper when docking the boat against the pier, but it's rather pointless now.
That's what I like about this one versus 5. They put in stuff that's completely irrelevant.
What would Alexander do with that huge sheet of canvas?
I don't know. I could think of stuff.
That boat is not going anywhere.
Alright, jumping in the water is a no-go. We know that already. What is this line doing?
A long, loose rope from the sails drags in the sea. It's partially rotted from long neglect.
Could I use a rope?
Alexander would have no use for that rotting rope.
I guess not.
The splintery boards of the pier would not be pleasant to the touch.
That's not what I meant to do. But this tree.
There's nothing to do there.
Can I take a rose now?
Alexander has not been invited to pick the family's roses. Alexander doesn't want to intrude on private property.
Okay, I think we're done here. We sent Belle off to live with Beast. Can I take this?
Alexander takes another look at the wedding proclamation. It's a proclamation. It reads, "Citizens rejoice, announcing the royal wedding and coronation of Wazir Abdul al-Hazred and Princess Kasima. For reasons of security, the wedding will not be open to the public. Long live the new king and queen of the land of the Green Isles."
Ooh, hey look, we get text. Well, it says the same thing. Okay, so we can't take that. What about this stuff?
Alexander can enter the building by using the shop's door.
Guess not. We dug around in this earlier. What did we get out of there?
Alexander sorts through the odds and ends that the pawn shop owner dumped into the pot. Magic exploding gum wrappers, a shattered crystal ball, a cracked wand, a fake thumb.
The invisible ink is what
There's
we got.
nothing more in the pot that interests Alexander.
That's what it was. I remember now.
Alexander is not in the market for pottery just now in his life. The battered chest does not interest Alexander. It's probably full of plain earthenware.
This little basket, seems...
Alexander sees nothing particularly interesting there.
Guess not. All right, let's look in the bookstore. Or let's talk to the bookstore owner. Maybe he'll say something.
Hello. I will be right up.
And I'm going to try to give him, every item I have. We already...
Now, what can I do for you?
How fare you, merchant?
Quite well, thank you. I just finished a wonderful book on geological rock formations. Fascinating.
So fascinating.
How fare you, merchant?
Same thing?
Business could be better. Too many people are losing interest in reading these days.
Yeah.
It is a sign of the times.
How fare you, merchant?
So true.
Quite well, thank you. I just
It's probably
finished a
always been
wonderful
true.
book on geological...
All right, he's repeating himself. Did we ever figure out this book? It's obviously interactable.
Alexander rests his feet for a moment. Alexander picks up and leafs idly through a book called The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages. Well, that was refreshing. Alexander is standing in a cozy little shop. Books of every size and shape line the walls. A crackling fire in the fireplace completes the tranquil scene. There's a small table near the door that bears a sign.
Oh, that's the
The
sign, I
sign
see.
has undergone a number of
Let's look at
changes.
the white thing.
It once read 10 pence, but that was crossed out and replaced with 5 pence, then 1 pence, then free. The sign currently reads, "Take one, please." The table is now empty.
Yeah, we took that book. It's the one that puts us to sleep. Can we look at...
A collection of children's books fill those shelves.
I like children's books.
Alexander is a little old for those children's books.
Okay.
These shelves hold a selection of cookbooks.
Do we want to cook?
Alexander isn't interested in the cookbooks on that shelf. He's had an aversion to cooking ever since he experimented with a certain cookie recipe involving cat hair and fish oil.
That's King's Quest 3.
Assorted travelogues and biographies are arranged on these shelves.
Do I want one of those?
Right now, Alexander is too involved with the journey he's on to take time to read about the journeys of others.
I think that's short-sighted myself.
These shelves hold a collection of oddly titled guidebooks. Alexander notices such books as How to Become King with Little or No Rupees Down, finding the right girl with the right dowry, and why good princesses like bad wizards. Alexander is not interested in those self-help books.
Fair enough.
Volumes of poetry are on display on this
Oof.
bookshelf.
Whoa.
Thinking of Cosima, Alexander decides to leaf through one of the volumes of love poetry. He reads, "Thy hair, thy lips, thy beauteous face, and all thy studied female grace have won for thee anon a place within this broken breast." Not bad. And another.
Oh boy.
Upon the shore the lilies bend, untouched by worldly care, where shadow they her earthly bed, oh, that she were not there. Yikes. And another. What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and binds my heart with links so tight I cannot live without the sight of you? What nameless thing has captured me and made me powerless to flee? What thing is it without a name that brings my mind e'er back the same to thee?
Is-
The name of love cannot apply. Its commonness does not decry the haunted, hunted, painful cry that my heart makes for you, that e'er my soul eternal makes for you.
A little close to home, that one.
Alexander returns the love poem book to the shelf.
Oh, whoa! An actual thing happened.
Alexander picks up the fallen page. It's the love poem he particularly liked. It must have fallen out of the poetry book.
I see that old volume has lost another page. You may keep it if you like, sir. I have glued the stubborn thing back in place 2 times already.
I do rather like it. Thank you, merchant.
It's been so long, Retro Demiurge, since anything has occurred that was a shocking turn of events. Can I go back here? No, that would have been like ridiculous, wouldn't it? All right. Well, that obviously we probably give to the Nightingale, right?
Alexander has a love poem from a book in the bookshop. Alexander reads the love. What was it when I looked?
No,
What nameless the name of
Don't read it again. We already did that. All right. That's our dress. Did we try to give him these already? He seems the sort.
Would you be able to use these old coins?
These look corroded, sir. I think not.
Does he want a flower?
Merchant, would you be interested in this?
No, thank.
All right. Could stab him.
Merchant, would you be interested in this?
No.
Oh my gosh. He doesn't want his own book back. What about a feather? He could use it to write.
Merchant, would you be interested in this?
No.
So if he says interested in this, it means they did not write something custom for it, which probably means not interested.
Merchant, would you be interested in this?
No, thank you. I deal.
Give him Casima's hair.
Merchant, would you be interested in this?
No.
Anytime we get a hair with Alexander, we end up putting it in some sort of potion.
Merchant, would you be interested
Are we
in
gonna
this?
turn into Casima?
No.
The reflection in Beast's mirror shows an honest, myopic shopkeeper.
Ooh. We need to use this on people. Okay.
Merchant, would you be interested in this?
Nope.
No.
Okay. Sorry. It's getting a little silly, isn't
Merchant, would you be interested in this?
No.
it? Not the tomato.
Merchant, would you be interested in this?
No.
The ribbon.
Merchant, Would you be interested in this?
No.
Okay. I tried to give him the words, right?
There's no reason to use that on the... There's no reason...
I still don't know what to do with the sentence. I doubt he wants that.
Merchant.
No.
Oh, and we still have... Oh. No, they already think we're dead, don't they? Yeah, we already did that. So we're good there.
Alexander has no ambition to set himself up as a merchant.
Alright, let's go give this to the Nightingale. No, let's not. Let's go check the pawn shop first.
Good day, Prince Alexander.
We've looked at most
If Alexander
everything.
wants anything from the pawn shop, he'll have to first give the pawn shop owner something in trade.
Okay, so that's probably not going to be...
If Alexander... The back wall of the shop holds various bottles and potions. A bottle labeled Owl Courage Potion for spineless owls.
Is that for Cedric?
The back wall of the shop holds various odds and ends. For example, a hull hole detector for finding those hard-to-spot holes in small sailboats.
A hull hole detector. My goodness. All right, I think this is going to be a bunch of puns. We already looked around here pretty extensively anyway. Let's go see what the Nightingale does. Yeah, that makes sense.
Alexander holds out the love poem, hoping that the bird will deliver it to the same place she took the ring, in the chance that the receiver might truly be Cosima. The Nightingale swoops down, grabs the love poem, and takes it towards the castle.
Sing, sing, my sweet. You bring another present. Let me see. It is a poem, Sing Sing.
Page looks a lot smaller.
What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through, and binds my heart with links so tight, I cannot live without the sight of you.
Oh, Alexander. I was hoping he'd return to you. Take this to him while he waits. Hurry, my feet.
A new item! It's a different piece of paper. Just dumps it on the ground.
The little bird makes a delivery. It's a note.
Dearest Alexander, I cannot believe you are here, my friend. Please, please be careful. Abdul isn't about to let anyone interfere with his plans. Watch out for Abdul's genie, Alexander, and do not do anything rash. I am not without resources, and I will prevail if I can only find some small means of defense. Do nothing to try to get to me. You must not be endangered again for my sake. Greatly in your family's debt, Cosima.
Alexander's hand trembles as he reads the note. For the first time in his long search, he has heard her voice again, if only in writing.
Okay.
No words of love, only friendly concern. Friend. Is the maiden merely shy, or does she regard him only as a brother?
Alexander. Small means of defense. I have a dagger.
The little bird couldn't do anything with something that heavy.
Ah. Defense. Coins? Are those defensive?
Alexander shows the object to the bird, hoping to interest her. The little bird does not appear to be interested in that.
Yeah. Defense. Seems kind of heavy.
Alexander shows the object to the bird, hoping to interest her.
It's the same thing. If it's generic,
The
like
little bird
the
does not
object,
appear to be interested in.
it's gonna be a no. Ooh, what about this?
Alexander shows the object to the
No.
bird, hoping to the little.
I wanted to look at the bird in the mirror, you goofball. Maybe it could take the bottle?
Alexander shows the object to the
No. What about this vial of water? This is sort of an interesting item.
Alexander shows the object the little
No.
bird.
Doesn't care. Tomato.
Alexander shows the object to the bird. The little bird does not appear.
What is this stupid tomato for?
Hands off, you! Hands off, you! Hands off,
Is that all
you!
he says? Alright, well. I can give this sentence.
There's no reason to use that there.
Yeah, right. Trying to remember what she said. She needs some small means defense. Don't do anything rash. I don't know. That doesn't feel like a very good clue. What if I look at the note closer? Try that. Oops, wrong button.
Alexander reads.
Dearest
No.
Alexander is carrying a message from his beloved Cosima.
Okay, I guess not. Could I use this to write on it?
Alexander is afraid he might smudge Cosima's letter if he does that.
Fair enough.
Alexander is afraid he might.
Okay. Let's use the map. Let's go to...
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
I don't know where. I guess... I really... The one thing that's still in the back of my mind is what if there's something in the catacombs I need? Because my map is not complete. There are places I didn't go. Let me get my map out and look at it. It also didn't seem like it was like properly mappable in the way that they normally are. We're gonna make a new map.
Alexander
is
feels a strange pulling sensation.
Desperate measures. But we're gonna go back to the catacombs. Probably gonna save on the beach just so I don't have to, if I die from a trap or something. I know, Jatillers. It's okay. I mean, I feel like I don't have something, and I don't know what. And we kind of got out of there quickly.
Alexander arrives at the top of the cliffs, somewhat winded after his long but uneventful climb.
Let's go in the back way.
The Minotaur's lair, now empty, still reeks with the foul stench of the Minotaur.
Yep,
Alexander doesn't want to touch anything in the Minotaur's foul lair.
That seems irritating. I feel like there could be some cool stuff in there, Alexander. All right.
A very beautiful, very dusty tapestry hangs on the wall.
I'm just drawing my map real quick. I've already checked every alcove. I made sure of that. The pin keeps rolling away. What? Oh, the thing fell off. The little top part, which kind of helps keep it from rolling, as well as other things. There we go. Okay. So then it's another room. another room. So we came from this way. I remember that when we did it. Let's save real quick as... There's got to be a catacomb save somewhere, right? No. Let's just save over tomato. Catacombs again. All right, let's see what's this way. Okay. I don't know that we've ever been here, so we'll check this one.
Alexander examines the stone shelf and the ancient bones,
Ancient
but finds nothing
bones.
except the dust of the grave.
Dust to the grave. It's our favorite sentence. How many times have we heard that? Gotta be like 50 or 60. No, no, yes. Go this way. Let's do it. Ooh, interesting.
Alexander examines the stone shelf and the ancient bones, but finds nothing except the dust of the grave.
So if this is that one place, I feel like if I go south, we will die. And if it's not, then we're somewhere new. Are we somewhere new, or am I remembering wrong?
Alexander examines
It's
the
a dead
stone
end, though.
shelf and the ancient bones, but finds nothing except the dust of the grave.
Continue our journey. I'm gonna keep checking till I figure out if we've been here before.
Alexander examines the stone shelf and the ancient bone.
If there's something in one of these, that's just sick. Other than that one that we went in. Goodness, this is not feeling familiar to me, although I just may not be remembering.
Alexander examines the stone shelf and the ancient bones, but finds nothing except the dust of the grave.
Dust of the grave. If we had a nickel for every dust of the grave we had, we'd have many nickels.
Alexander examines the stone shelf and the ancient bones, but finds nothing.
Dust of the grave. Hey, there's a bat. That's the first bat we've seen in a while. Does that mean we're about to die?
Alexander examines the stone shelf and the ancient bones, but finds...
I don't know if it's going to say, like, examines the stone shelf and the dusty bones or whatever. And then... and finds a thing. Like, is it going to do that one day? This has every direction possible, so that's like for a little place. Let's keep going left. Wait. This feels like a good time to save. Spoon Blaze, I know, right? Yeah, we're already up from Mystery House, so we've done all right. We also sometimes we'll look at magazines from the time period, so sometimes we get a little smidge of a help. Just no walkthroughs, and sometimes chat spills the beans. You never know what happens around here.
Alexander examines the stone shelf.
Yeah, we're currently on
and the
King's Quest
ancient
6,
bones, but finds nothing except the dust of the grave.
I'm playing them all in chronological order, so pretty much played everything released before this so far. That was a dead end. I'm actually back in the catacombs because I'm kind of stuck and I'm worried there's an item here I don't have or something. I don't know. Golden Girl, how's it going?
Alexander examines the stone shelf and the ancient bones, but finds nothing except the dust of the grave.
I'm mapping the whole catacombs because I'm worried there's an item here I missed, and there's really no way to know without doing this. Well, I mean, no non-cheaty way to do it.
Alexander examines the stone shelf and the ancient bones, but finds nothing.
Nothing but the dust of the grave. Ooh. Fancy. Alright, this kind of feels familiar. Let's save. I'm getting that scare that this is death. It's still not. Whoa. It's an empty room.
Alexander examines the stone shelf and the ancient bones, but finds nothing except the dust of the grave.
Yeah, Day of the Tentacles, that's one I actually did play as a kid. And I never could beat it then either. I've beat it since, as I got older, but I love Day of the Tentacle. I haven't played a lot of the LucasArts, but I have played Day of the Tentacle. What did he say?
Alexander examines the stone.
Yeah, same thing. I was yapping over it. Another dead end. Oh boy.
Alexander examines the stone shelf and the ancient bone.
And we had a Maniac Mansion on the NES as well, but I don't even think I've beaten that. I don't think I've beaten that ever. Not the first one. Okay. Interesting. I think I know where this might go.
Alexander
Based on my
examines
map.
the stone shelf and the ancient bones, but finds nothing except the dust of the grave.
I'm trying to remember what's next. I think Dagger of Amon-Ra is next, actually. Let me grab my my list. So, not Police Quest. King's Quest 6. Yeah. So yeah, next up is Lorabo, Dagger of Amon-Ra, then Quarky and Quazu's Turbo Science. Not quite an adventure game, but I'm going to play that one. Then after that's The Prophecy, then Space Quest 5, Betrayal at Krondor. So Space Quest is after Ween and Lorabo and Quarky and Quazu's, although Quarky and Quazu's will probably be just really quick. It looks like that might be an educational game. Like I left all the Dr. Brains and stuff in the list too. I haven't done the Larry games. I thought I might be a little too embarrassed to stream those on Twitch. I know, and we got to go all the way to Gabriel Knight 3. So, what year are we in right now? King's Quest 6 is 1992, it says, so... We've made it from 1980 to 1992, and we have to get to 1999. It's about halfway there. A little over halfway. Alright, back to the game here. So, if we keep going south, we should run into where we were earlier. I'm hoping, right here, actually. If not, this is a very quirky map. We cannot go south. We could go... So let's go this way first and see if it looks like where we were. This should be the four-way area. Not necessarily right there, but one more over or two more over.
Alexander examines the stone shelf and the ancient bones, but finds nothing
Okay. So let's see if it is... Okay, good. I think this is exactly where my map says it should be. Cool. Yes. All right. I'm going to trust that my map is right and keep exploring this way now. Police Quest 3? Yeah. Yeah, I'll show the map in a minute, although it's getting a little unhinged. So, this is not graph paper. I didn't think it would keep growing so much. Yeah, it's real bad. It's not my proudest map. Yeah. Oh, thank goodness it's a dead end. That actually helps me out a lot, what with the way I've drawn this.
Alexander examines the stone shelf and the ancient bones, but finds nothing except the dust of the grave.
This is in line with that. Okay, so I think... Actually, that dead end we were in just a second ago, I think that should be the one that we saw through into the Minotaur's room. The one we're in right now, I mean. Right?
This room forms a cul-de-sac with the dead-end wall to the east.
Yeah, this is the room where we looked through the hole in the wall, because it matches up. It would match up perfectly. So it's that dead end right there in the middle. And if you count the little spaces, it should be right next to the tea room, which is the tapestry room. So... Alright, looks like my map is good. This is the direction we hadn't looked. We definitely have looked this way. Because that's how we got there. But we'll just keep going anyway. So I'm not going to search the alcoves here anymore. I know I've been here. Because I've... Where that cul-de-sac room was. Oh, it's another four-way room. My goodness. That's interesting. Down is going to be not great. Because, yeah, I bet down kills us. Or is at least a dead end. Otherwise, this map is very strange. Yeah, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Excellent. Up might kill us as well. It's a suspicious area. I'm a little confused. We haven't run into any trapdoors, and I remember falling, or not trapdoors, but empty floors. It looks like maybe that's the case. I just was about to say, it's crazy we haven't died, because it really does seem that way so far. Yeah, I think they did too. Because I'm almost certain that up or down there would have killed me. Okay. Such a bad map. Oh dear. So much for scale. Oh, the winged ones say it in the... Oh, wow. Yeah, I missed that. So if my calculations are correct, south one more... Calculations. Yeah, okay, interesting. So this is going to be right behind the Minotaur's actual lair, or it's like one over. So yeah, dead end, good. Dead end makes sense. That means all of these alcoves I've not actually searched, but...
Alexander examines the stone shelf.
Yeah. If they hid something in one of the rooms that was a trap, and then you had to go back and look in the alcoves in those rooms, that would be psychotic. So... I don't know, it just looked greener on that side. I don't know.
Alexander examines the stone
There's nothing
shelf
there. I don't know
and the
why I'm
ancient
searching
bones,
these.
but finds nothing except the dust.
And this should just wrap back to where we were, yeah? South is probably garbage. It is. And this next one should connect us. Or be one more straight. Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. So, alright, my map is done. It's way off scale, but essentially that's it. So we just go north from here and we'll be back out. But I forgot we fell through the floor on the other to get here. So like maybe we should search the other catacomb level. Alexander, go through the door, please. Oh, there we go. I was getting a little nervous. It was bugged. I may as well. I guess this should be like basement. First floor. Oh, let's start it. We've searched all these alcoves for sure. I am just now mapping it out for the sake of completioning what I've started. Okay. Oh my. It's quite the... There we go. Dead end. That's what we like to see. And we'll go up. No, I don't think so. I went to the channel and they weren't live, which I thought was weird. It was after my last stream, so, and then I forgot all about it. Yeah, I'll need to check. I bet they go live tomorrow.
The stone shelf and the ancient bones, but finds nothing except the dust of the grave.
They're getting back tomorrow, so that'll probably... Surely they'll stream that. I did leave their channel on, like just on their page, hoping maybe they'd go live and I'd just get it without knowing. So it's possible that has occurred. Okay. This is much better ordered map here. This just loops around, I'm pretty sure. I kind of remember all this from before, but I've seen nothing of interest in any of these rooms so far, and we've checked all these alcoves first time through. Alright, back north. Maybe there's something in the skeleton room I didn't see, because I was like, I got the skull and just sort of stopped looking. Or maybe there's nothing here at all, and I have everything I need, and I just don't know what to do. All are possibilities. I know up goes to the right way, so let's go the wrong way first. Okay. This is the skull room, so let's...
Alexander doesn't want to disturb that skeleton. He seems to have all his bones intact, and it'd be a shame to break up the set.
Yeah.
Alexander doesn't want to disturb.
Alright.
Alexander doesn't want to disturb.
Alright. We already searched this, but I guess I may as well.
Alexander examines the stone shelf and the ancient bones.
Ancient bones. I think south from here was a trap, so it should just be a dead end now, right? Or it might have been a dead end before. I wish I remember. I mean, I know that the end on the passage we just searched was a trap, so they definitely took them out. Because that's the only one I 100% know is there. Okay. This should be to the trap floor room. Let's see if I can remember that. Yeah. Does this even matter anymore? Hold on. No, they don't care where I walk. It's totally ridiculous. Okay, well. That's right, Retro Demiurgy. So that in there makes sense. This way, this way. What a journey we're on here. Dead end? I think this was a trap as well. Wait, what? Oh, okay. I just sort of didn't notice this room, so I was expecting a corridor, but alright. I just wasn't paying attention. This doesn't go too far north. I'm running out of room here. Oh dear. So if I remember this, yeah, it goes this way. And this is where we got the coins, was this end area. So there should be... dead end here with a couple alcoves. Yeah, and it had like, it was in this one. This is the only alcove that had anything in it so far. And it's feeling like at all. Ooh, look at that. That Shadowgate death. Isn't that what that's from? I love that game. Can I get my thing back?
Even if Alexander wanted to retrieve the brick, he'd be unable to get it out of the cogs now.
That was like one of my favorite games as a kid. I didn't even play it. I think I just watched my brother play it, but I just loved doing that. Oh, beans. Hold on. This is so lame. I can't believe I screwed up. I accidentally drew an X instead of a line on one of the doors, so now I need to... This is the first or second one? It's the second one. Okay. Alright, we're back on track now. Yeah, I don't know if he beat it, but it kind of scared me, but like it was like in a fun way. I remember staying up late and watching him play it a lot. Okay. All right. Actually, I don't want to go through that one because that's the one where you drop to the bottom. And I don't know if that trap's gone or if it's still here, but I don't want to find out until I search down here first. Okay. Gosh, I hope it's not this way that's the actual trap. And no, good. Excellent. It is dead end. Of course, maybe it was, and they took that trap out even. That one doesn't kill you, though, so I think maybe they left it in. Well, I do believe we've gone everywhere once we go to this room. Wow, yeah, even this is Never mind, it's not gone.
Alexander seems to have found the path to the second level of the catacombs again.
Yikes! They need to get a staircase in here.
What's funny is, alright, there's the map of the first floor. It's a little more orderly. Nice. Sadly, it's a little useless, except for just, I guess if I use this map, I would need to, like, not go into dead ends, except for that one, or the two. Although I've labeled that one we were just in with a, what's that? With a letter. But because all the traps are gone, I don't know where the traps were, not exactly. So, whoops. Yeah, looks like there were definitely no items. Sucks. I could walk out, but I think I'm going to just restore back on the beach. What a useless endeavor we've had.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
But fun. I like making maps. To the Isle of the Beast, I guess.
Alexander feels a strange pulling
smaller.
sensation.
I'm kind of avoiding Isle of Wonder because I know it's going to be a pain to try and figure out what's happening there. It just seems like there wasn't a lot that we did here. This is kind of a, like, one screen island, other than, like, we got through the pond and then we did this screen and then just Beast sort of takes over. Did we try to throw our coins in the fountain? That feels like something to do.
There's no reason to put that in the... There's no reason.
Is there a reason to put anything in the fountain? What about that oracle water? Is that like...
The oracle's vial is already full.
That's not what I mean. Fill the lamp.
Why would Alexander want to put fountain water
Surrounded.
in that?
I just retraced the whole catacombs to make sure I didn't miss anything, and now I'm retracing everywhere else.
The gate has been firmly shut and latched. The fountain water is cool and clear.
Can a skull hold water?
There's no reason to put that in the fountain.
Sounds like a plan, yeah. We did find one thing. I was searching all the screens on the first island, and I found a poetry book, and we sent a poem to Cosima, and she sent back this letter.
Alexander reads Cosima's
We'll read it
note
while I
again,
take a drink.
searching for any sign of her true feelings for him.
Dearest Alexander, I cannot believe you are here, my friend. Please, please be careful. Abdul isn't about to let anyone interfere with his plans. Watch out for Abdul's genie, Alexander, and do not do anything rash. I am not without resources, and I will prevail if I can only find some small means of defense. Do nothing to try to get to me. You must not be endangered again for my sake. Greatly in your family's debt, Cosima.
And, it's, yeah, that felt like a point one, though, but it does have the slight hint. Maybe I need to find something defensive for her. The bird wouldn't take the dagger, and nothing else I had made a lot of sense. Can I get this spear?
Alexander cannot reach the statue atop the wall. There is no reason to bother the stone archer now.
Can I get another rose?
Alexander takes a magnificent white rose from the rose hedges.
Excellent.
Alexander has enough trouble without digging around in the dirt for more.
So there's a water source if I find something to put water in. So the two puzzles we have are the palace, which I suspect should be done after the Mist Island. I'm going to go to the Mist Island now and not go to the fire area, though, because I still don't have anything to deal with that.
Map.
There's also the swamp where nothing has ever happened, which, I mean, I got the milk bottle, but it doesn't do anything.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
It took so long to find the Isle of the Mists. I cannot believe it. Whoa!
Great gods! Did you see that? The man just appeared from nowhere.
Perhaps he was sent by the spirits. I see no boat.
He is an intruder, no matter how he got here. Grab him!
Not again. Look, I'll leave. It's no problem.
I
Again?
think not. Let's go.
What does he mean, not again?
Alexander is frozen at the spectacle before him. Robed figures are gathered around a bonfire. Some mystical ceremony is taking place. But as to its purpose, Alexander has no clue.
We found a trespasser on the beach, Archdruid.
Uh-oh.
That voice line was
Archdruid.
great.
Now what has Alexander wandered into?
Yeah, that's
This
strange.
must be the foreigner we were warned about. How appropriate that he should come during our rain festival. Place him in the sacrificial cage.
Wait! I must rescue the
They're
princess.
sacrificing me for the rain
There's an
festival.
ancient druid saying, a man who would save others must first save
Oh, I remember
himself.
this. Save yourself. That's so funny.
Alexander is pushed into the confining wicker cage. And the cage is swung out over the bonfire.
And I can do nothing here if I remember correctly. So I need to do
Alexander
something like
starts to feel a little
prepare
warm.
for it instead.
The bottom of the cage is getting uncomfortably hot.
Yeah, there's no action I can take
Alexander is getting really hot.
except for to
Mercifully,
increment the death
Alexander
counter.
passes out from the heat before the first tongues of flame ignite the wicker.
Death 41. Oh yeah,
Tickets.
have a Golden Girl emote. That's right.
Feeling hot and sweaty? Try a shower.
Feeling hot and sweaty? Try a shower. All right. So I guess we're not going to the Isle of the Mists. You can't trick me twice. That's right.
Alexander
To the
feels a
Isle of
strange
Wonder.
Pulling sensation. There's nothing to do there.
I mean, I've done nothing here of use.
Piles of stacked books.
He just says like one thing about this whole place, and then the spider webs, and then the bees, and that's it. And I can't talk to the caterpillar. There's got to be something. I don't know what though. The mirror?
There's no reason to use that on a pile of books. Alexander offers the item to the Black Widow.
Oh, no.
Alexander sees no use for that item.
Okay, I can't look at these things in the mirror, so forget it. I wonder if I can look at the swamp in the mirror. Maybe there's a hidden path across the swamp.
Why would Alexander want to throw that in the swamp? Why would Alexander can't reach the trees in the swamp. There's no reason to leave that lying about in a
Okay, I'm not... Nah. What about the dog?
What would a dogwood tree do with that?
What would a dogwood tree do with anything? Do they like music here?
Alexander plays a lovely little tune on the flute.
Guess not.
Why would Alexander want to throw that in the swamp?
No. Have I tried to give the red ribbon to the red guard? Maybe he likes the red. The way he opens those doors like a boss. Just like, "Rah, let me in there."
Would you have any interest in this?
No, we knights neither carry nor own anything whatsoever. Quite so. It only bogs us down. Mobility, that's the key.
What if I try to walk there? Do they get mad? I've never really done that because it looks pointless. Yeah.
Checkmate.
King of
Only
nowhere.
chess pieces allowed in chessboard land.
How's it going?
That's right. Humans aren't allowed in and never will be. Stay out!
Can I disguise myself as a chess piece? How would I do that? I don't know. Let's look at the...
Would you have
No,
No, we quite so.
I like how the mirror sometimes works to look at people and sometimes is... Shaka! Oh, for sure. I gotta beat this.
Those snapdragons don't like Alexander getting so close.
I guess we may as well grab some lettuce while we're
Alexander
here.
picks a head of iceberg lettuce.
Ye gads! Is that cold?
Yes, it is. Can I look at these with the mirror?
Would you babies?
The
Babies!
tears only look up at Alexander.
Babies like milk. Why had I never thought of that?
Alexander gives one of the baby's tears a bottle of milk. The other baby's tears seem to resent Alexander's gift for some reason.
No, no more crashes. All right, I gotta go get a bunch of milk.
Alexander takes a bottle of milk.
How did I? They're right here.
Apparently, the dogwood tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close. Alexander already has...
Oh my gosh, Alexander, you need 3 bottles of milk. Oh, never mind. Maybe it just them being crying, it does something.
Alexander gives one of the other baby's tears seem to
I should have
resent
waited longer.
Alexander's gift for some... Those snapdragons... Alexander can't make himself heard over the wailing of the baby's tears. What a grip! The baby is not at all willing to let go of that milk bottle.
Did I just pick the whole thing up?
What a grip!
No. Huh.
Good day, tomato vines.
Good morning.
Okay. All right, everybody look away real quick.
Would you babies be interested in this?
The baby's tears apparently aren't interested in that.
Not what I wanted to use the scythe for, but fair enough. Can I give them all something?
Would you babies?
The baby...
What about a rabbit's foot? That's soft.
Would you baby?
The ba-
Would you babies be interested in this?
The
Okay.
baby...
What does this all mean, you think?
Alexander addresses the grapes.
Why are you so sour, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, we'll tell you. How would you
I
like
don't
to have
know,
the
Anitsu.
possibility of
Cedric's
you
pretty
making
bad.
wine hanging over your head? And then there's our neighbors, the clinging vines. All they do all day is whine about the Ivy League social climbers that never call. It's really just no fun at all.
That's too bad. Well, I hope things start looking up.
Thanks
This
a
is
lot.
strange. I'm trying to think if this would have helped me earlier, like catch the hole or something, but I don't think
Those
so.
Snapdragon
Do I play the flute as like a lullaby? No.
May I have this?
Oh
Yeah, Shaka. It never feels that way though, because I always feel perpetually stuck. I feel like I barely stumbled through. And we had one hint, didn't we? Like it was like a weird side hint that wasn't on purpose, but it was like sort of... I forget what it was. I feel like I had a little help.
Alexander stops playing the flute, but the wallflowers and snapdragons continue to dance, caught up in the music and oblivious to everything around them.
Awesome. The babies seem to have... Oh, this is odd. I don't think you're supposed to do whatever I've done here. Oh, there they go.
What a grip. The
What a
baby is
grip.
not at
The
all
baby is
willing to
not
let
at
go
all
of
willing
that
to
milk
let go
bottle.
of that milk bottle.
One of the babies is sucking happily on a bottle of milk, while the others are spilling copious tears over their lack of the same.
Ah. Do I need their tears? I could put them in this bottle. Why would I need tears?
Would you babies be interested?
No. Okay. Well. Why would I want baby tears? Can I take one of them?
As much as Alexander might wish to comfort the crying babies, he feels a little awkward about picking them up. He's rather new at this.
They're cabbages, I thought. Our lettuce is melting. It's iceberg lettuce, if you haven't been watching. So it's a pun. I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe that'll make sense in the future. But now we know we can do it, I guess. Get another bottle.
Alexander takes a bottle. Apparently, the dogwood tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close.
Is that just a joke, do you think? Or is that like... Does that mean something?
Alexander considers climbing the tree. And quickly changes his mind.
Maybe I can calm... So maybe I climb the tree and go over to the stick. The branch does kind of lead there. What do dogs like? Tomatoes.
Hands off, you!
Oh, shut up, you.
What would a dogwood tree do with that?
I don't know. Try the skull. I feel like I've done that
What would a
before.
dogwood tree do with that?
Can I read the book? Will he fall asleep? Do I use the book again? Maybe I should have read it to the dogwood, though.
Alexander opens the bargain book and reads a paragraph at random.
2 dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimers, divided into equal parts by the third of a cackle of grouse geese, put over the result of 10 fine mackles, albeit small fine mackles, stretched over the total of 53 1/8 bottles of wild beast lard.
Phew.
His
what
head
an
changes
incredibly
sizes a lot
boring
there.
book. What would a dog...
Yeah. Oh, dang. That melted fast.
What
Some
would
water.
a dog?
Dogs like ribbons.
What would a dog?
We tried the rabbit's foots because dogs definitely like rabbits, right?
What would a dog?
Does it want a word?
What would a dog would?
Casima's hair. Oh. Stinky flower.
What would a dog?
Crap.
A stick is stuck in the middle of the swamp.
It's really suspicious.
A large tree stretches knotted limbs out over the swamp. Part of the tree's trunk is shaped like the face of a dog. Why, it must be a dogwood tree.
Yeah. Or it could just be a joke, right?
A large tree.
My dear tree, is it true that your bark is worse than your bite?
We also have access to the paintbrush, the mechanical nightingale, the tinderbox. Those don't seem helpful either now that I've said them out loud. We tried playing music for him. Tried looking at him in the mirror.
The reflection of that object looks just like the item itself.
Oh, I thought that might actually do something. Like maybe this is like a important, I don't know, person. Dang, that I really thought that was onto something with that one. Son of a gun. Should I use the mirror on everything? That feels.
The reflection of that reflection, the reflection
Sorry.
The reflection.
Okay. The mirror did not help me at all. Oh, crap. That feels like you figured something out and then I didn't.
A large tree stretches not.
Or is the
My
talking?
dear tree, is it true that your bark is worse than your bite?
Right, your bark is worse than your bite. And I get the bark and then but I don't know.
Alexander
What's he say?
considers climbing the tree
Oh, I see.
and quickly changes his mind.
I don't know. I feel like I'd give him a steak. Does he want milk? There's plenty of it.
What would a dog?
The double usage of bark. Oh, yeah, okay. Not part of a puzzle, though, I see. I do think you need to get over that stick, though. It just sticks out. No pun intended. So much and looks pickable, upable.
Piles of stacked books.
Spelling bees. What are they? Would spelling bees pollinate books? And then what would they make? What's a pun for? What kind of honey do you get from books? Sounds like an insane person's talking. And there's the book caterpillar or worm or whatever he is. He won't talk to me.
Hello? Is anyone there in the books?
No, there's no one here.
There's no reason to use that.
I'm not gonna read this, but I'm gonna click through it.
Alexander. Phew. There's no reason to use that on a pile of. There's no Alexander offers the
No.
Alexander wouldn't want to get caught. The tail end of this island.
I heard all those. I could try to play music, I guess.
Alexander plays a lovely little tune on the flute.
Nobody cared. There's the flower. I tried to do that
would
before,
serve.
though.
Alexander sees no use for. There's no reason to use. That Alexander sees no use for. There's no reason. There's no reason.
There's no reason.
There's no reason.
There's no reason.
There's no reason.
He doesn't want these coins, does he?
There's no reason.
What about her?
Alexander offers the.
No.
Dang it.
The 2 coins from the skeleton in the catacombs are extremely old and corroded.
Yeah, no reason are they admitting to the moon logic. That's right. If I tried to put these on the
There's
skull.
no reason to use that on the skull.
The skull's the king. No, he's not.
Alexander is carrying an unusually large black feather.
I haven't used that for much anything.
There's no reason. There's no.
I'm just trying to think of anything that makes sense here. It's like so uninteractable. Can I put the book on the ground? Have I tried that?
Alexander sees no use. There's that.
Just a Zennial Dad, how's it going? How's it going? Thank you so much for the raid. What were you up to? How are you doing? Hope you had a good stream. I'm currently stuck in King's Quest 6. It's a blind playthrough, so I don't know what I'm doing. TMNT Shredder's Revenge. Excellent. I don't think I've played that yet. How did it go? Oh, awesome. Master of the Universe game coming out. Excellent. Hands off the merchandise.
Hey, hands off the goods.
Oh,
there,
awesome.
son.
Good. I'm glad it went well.
Oh, sorry.
So it's merchandise. Can I buy it? I just... What do caterpillars like? Old tomatoes?
There's no reason. There's no.
I feel like they would like tomatoes. A caterpillar.
There's no.
Or is that slugs? Something eats tomato plants. It's bound to be true.
Alexander wouldn't want to get caught in the spider web. Alexander.
No.
She doesn't want anything either.
Alexander sees no.
Let's look closely here. Maybe there's something I didn't notice.
Oh, so there you are, handsome. What can I do for you now?
I honestly don't know. I don't even know what spiders like. I guess flies?
Alexander offers the item to the Black Widow.
No, thank you, you sweet man.
Okay. Alright.
Piles of stacked books, looking ready to topple at any moment, have been arranged haphazardly on the sandy ground.
I won't get to it in a while. Yeah, I wondered if that was the modern one. I just didn't know the names for sure of all the different turtle games. So that's fair. Oh man. I really didn't think we should go to the palace yet. Maybe we can now that we did the poetry? Maybe something's changed? A good co-op game? Oh, awesome. I can't think of anything else to do right now. But it seems like there's like 2 or 3 other puzzles that I haven't quite gotten to. The only one I really see, though, is the fire, like, not getting killed.
A group of servants.
Ah, Wolf!
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, we did this several times already. They're gonna go help get the palace ready for the wedding.
Those serving wenches are always late.
Yeah. Alright, we're gonna save here. We'll save over this one. No. Surrounded, I don't know that I know what I would even want. I still need to go in there and just see what's going on, because I haven't found anything in there that anything I have wouldn't even make sense. So to answer that question,
his cue from the
no
idea.
idea.
He's seen enter the castle. Alexander decides to try a few alterations to make himself more acceptable to the guards.
There we go.
Feeling a little foolish, Alexander slips Beauty's old slave clothes on over his own.
Well, here we go.
Yeah, that's okay.
Girl, you're late. Get a move on before the
Although I
wazir
guess it
sees
does
you.
tell me I need something in there.
Yes. Yes, sir.
But that's totally fine. I know it's
The castle guards
hard.
lock the main entrance doors behind Alexander. From the open door comes the clatter of pots and pans.
I've been in
yelled
here before, but I
instructions and other
didn't
busy
learn
kitchen
anything.
noises.
Girl, don't just stand there. There's a stack of silver almost to the ceiling that needs polishing for the wedding. Get a move on.
Yeah, I learned like nothing. It was very... I didn't even... This is so dumb. Alexander's an idiot. Boo, Alexander. Your decisions are terrible.
Alexander decides to check out the door the waiter came through.
No lunch is being served today. We're busy catering the wedding.
Apparently, the kitchen is no place to be today.
Yeah, I don't know.
The door is locked.
Alexander's not the brightest.
Uh-oh. Alexander's walked right into a couple of guard dogs.
42!
An early guest. Are you on the bride or the groom's side? That's the foreigner the wazir warned us about. Grab him! You'll stay in here until we find out what the wazir wants to do with you.
The guard dogs leave Alexander to his fate.
And I think I
locking the
can't
door
do
noisily
anything
behind
here.
them. The sound of running footsteps echoes outside Alexander's cell.
What are you doing down here, Shrew? We've already got him locked up. Go back to your post upstairs. The wazir wanted to know what all the commotion was about, and I told him about the intruder. He told me to post extra guards on this one. Extra guards, huh? So be it.
Just
Yeah,
as
there's nothing to
Alexander
do there.
realizes that he has no possible means of escape, he hears the sound of wedding music playing somewhere in the castle.
Confound this dungeon.
Confound this
I'll
dungeon.
never be able to stop the wedding now.
'Tis a noble thing to have a means of escape, and 'tis a far, far better thing to never get caught at all. Means of escape. He looks so mad. Kind of looks like he's probably... I don't know. Is there... We'll go in one more time.
Feeling a little...
Well,
Yeah, we're always stopping weddings, aren't we? What was the other? Was it in Conquest of the Longbow, the last one we stopped?
You there.
yeah.
The castle from...
Without the dialogue, that was very silly. Brilliant, brilliant, Alexander. You're a great sneaker. If this game turned into Hitman all of a sudden, that would be pretty
Whoa!
cool.
Alexander runs right into a guard dog patrol.
I don't think I've ever been here. I don't think there's any way to not be seen either.
Large glazed urns stand like sentinels in the hallway.
Save. Or something. Save over Boiling Pond. Yeah, I don't see how we could. It's like instant.
Alexander has more urgent things to do than to try to move those heavy urns.
Yeah, I don't think I can do anything here. Let's go to the other side. You had a dream you just crawled next to guards in plain sight? Are you sure you weren't playing Metal Gear? That's all. That also sort of works.
By Cerebus collar, I'll be glad when this wedding is over. Bay, I'm getting mighty tired of this patrol. It's wearied me to the bones. I couldn't agree with you more, Wolf. Who'd have thought we'd ever have to listen to Princess Cassima crying all day long and be ordered to ignore it yet? Something sticks in my craw about the whole thing. The Wazir says that the princess is not herself. Says she's half mad with grief over her parents' death. I can see it. The poor mite. But still. I agree. It seems cruel to lock her up when she's so heartbroken. Let her out in the fresh air, I say. It'll do her a world of good.
I don't remember this at all.
Well, she insisted on the mourning period, and it's up today. Thank the stars. It's too bad we couldn't find that nightingale of hers. The Wazir says she's been pining for it. If I had an ounce of luck, I'd have found it weeks ago. Not only would it cheer up the princess, but the reward the Wazir's offered for it would make me pretty happy too, doggone it. Oh, well, our luck will definitely be out if the Wazir catches us snapping our jaws at our post. Sorry, Wolf. I'll keep
Surrounded's
my muzzle
clue
shut.
is suddenly apparent. Yeah, I don't think they said that last time, or I accidentally skipped it or something. Because I think I know what to do for that part now, anyway. I'm not sure exactly what to do, but I feel like I should probably get the mechanical nightingale. Good day. I want to look at him in the mirror.
Would you be interested?
No.
I'm afraid I...
Never mind. Where's my flute? There it is. Ugh.
The flute
flute.
Would you mind if...
Of course, Prince Alex. Please choose something in exchange for the items on the counter.
Alexander looks closely at the items
So we'll
on
trade the
counter
flute
to
back in for the nightingale.
That mechanical nightingale looks intriguing. I believe I'll take it.
Very good, Prince Alex. It is always a pleasure doing business with you.
Thank you.
It's the weirdest store. Can you imagine if you went to the store and you just sort of borrowed things after you paid some fee? You bought one item and then you can just trade it back for whatever you want for the rest of your life. It's kind of weird. Let's save again over outside palace.
Taking his cue from the serving women he's seen enter the castle,
Oh, that totally reminds me.
Alexander decides to try a few alterations to make himself more acceptable to the guards. He ducks into the little hut to put on Beauty's clothes. Feeling a little
There we go.
foolish, Alexander slips Beauty's
follow
old
just as
slave
Zennial did.
clothes on over his own. Imagine if Cosima saw him like this.
Well,
Alright, let's get in the castle and see if this nightingale does anything.
You there.
From the
Please, like, look over there. I don't think that won't ever irk me when he takes the clothes off. Guard hall, a different one.
By Cerebus collar, I'll be glad when this it's too
This is what we just listened to.
Not only sorry.
Alright, so I did not mean for you to walk out like that, man.
Alexander could examine the
Oh my gosh, Alex, just go. You're totally caught.
hello there.
Death 43.
Don't just stand there. Grab him, Bay.
We'll restore so we don't have to watch the whole thing again.
By
No, stop doing that. No, I don't like that he took his clothes off. It annoyed me.
Alexander hears the guards' foot. They must have turned at the end of the hall. The guards pass the pillar, and Alexander sighs in relief. The guards turn around. Phew, that was a close one.
There we go.
That's an interesting idea, but Alexander might want to rethink his placement strategy. That's in the pillar. The pillar. There's no the sound. There's no. Here they come again.
Not the alcove, then. That's not how I chose to hear it. Fair enough. Maybe one of the jars? Or do I just lob it somewhere?
And there they go.
You've never heard that said before? Yay, a new line. New voice line. Hot off the presses. For some reason, I thought like hiding it in there and then they'd look for it and I could sneak by, but
There's no reason to use that. Alexander walks into the hallway to use the mechanical nightingale.
That's not exactly what I wanted you to do.
Alexander winds the
Oh my goodness. Alexander.
The mechanical song echoes in the corridor. Alexander hears the sound of boots pounding as the guard dogs come to investigate. Alexander ducks behind the pillar.
Look at this. You got me, but there's something weird about it. Hey, could this be Casima's Nightingale, do you think?
Could be.
What, you lapdog? The princess's Nightingale
Yeah,
isn't
he really
some
isn't.
tin thing?
How do you know? Have you seen it?
Well, no, but
I don't know, Bay. Humans can be pretty strange. With their sense of smell, maybe she wouldn't even know it wasn't real. I say we take it downstairs to Captain Saladin. He'll know what to do with it.
what about our post?
Jowls and Might are in the other hallway. They can handle it for 5 minutes. Think about how happy the princess would be to get her Nightingale back.
Oh,
And
the
then
dog
there's
cards
that
are
reward
nice.
money and my missus.
Huh.
Right, Wolf. Let's go.
Alexander hears the guard dog's boots clank noisily on the staircase leading down to the grand hall.
I'm immediately going to save over Guard Hall.
Alexander finds the hallway door unlocked and
That's
slips
true,
inside.
Retro Demiurgy. Why couldn't they smell me? I'll just rob this place blind.
Alexander opens the ebony box and looks inside. The brush is old and small. Alexander isn't interested in taking. Alexander can read the piece of paper without taking it. Inside the ebony box is a piece of paper with the word Zebu printed on it. Some old ivory dice have been left in the box. The trunk is locked. The wardrobe is full of black cloaks and a rather sour smell. Alexander examines the clothes, but finds nothing of interest. Alexander sees nothing of interest in that. There doesn't seem to be anything on the bed except for a lot of silk.
Yeah, alright.
What? And burn a perfectly good hand?
Well, look at this pillow.
There's nothing under the cushion but the floor. The rug is too heavy to lift.
Alright. Not this door.
Alexander hears the muffled sound of crying coming from the back hallway. The door is locked from the inside. There must be somebody in there.
Hello? Anybody in there?
A voice from behind the door responds.
Go away! I said I didn't want to be disturbed.
I
Stupid
thought they said I heard the
dogs.
crying.
Although
I said the back of the hall. Whoops.
Alexander will have to enter the north hallway.
Okay.
The crying is louder here.
Gotcha.
It seems to be coming from the doorway on the north wall.
Yeah, it does feel a little stressful.
Hello? Is there someone in there?
Who's there?
Casima, is that you? It's
Yay.
Alexander.
Alexander, is it really you? When Sing Sing brought me your ring, I could scarcely believe it. How did you get inside the castle?
Never mind that now, Princess. It isn't important. What can I do to help you? Do you want me to get you out of there? There's a padlock on the door, but I think...
No, please. Don't even think about that. There are guards everywhere, and the Wazir would have you killed if he found you. You shouldn't even risk being outside my door. Please go now, Alexander.
But what about you? I can't just leave you locked up like this.
The only way out for me is to stop the Wazir. See what you can do out there. In the meantime, I should be safe enough. He hasn't harmed me. Yet. Besides, if I can get my hands on something with which to defend myself, I'm pretty sure I'll get a chance to use it. The Wazir feels safe around me. No one else can get that close.
You're so brave, Princess. But it's too dangerous.
Have you forgotten where we met? What is Abdul compared to Mordak? I'll be fine. Now go!
Alexander hesitates.
I'll do as you say. I will find some way to help you, Cassima. I swear it.
I believe you, Alexander. Please, be careful.
I don't suppose I can slip a knife under the door.
Cassima, take this small
It's like,
dagger.
yeah.
It's not much, but perhaps it will prove useful to you.
Oh, thank you, Alexander. I'm sure it will help.
Where's it? There we go. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure going this way, the guard dogs get me, but I'm just gonna do it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Company.
Might, look at this.
Death 44. Alright, let's restore that. I don't want to see the whole death sequence for the jail. Air is human. Air today. Gone tomorrow. Light is air. I don't know about that one. Just sit on the
With
bench.
guards around every corner, Alexander is much too tense to make use of that bench. Uh-oh. So this is where they took the mechanical Nightingale.
Look, on the stairs. It's
love
Prince
this guy.
Alexander of
Wait, what?
Daventry. Guards, get that man.
Is this a death or is this different? Yeah, it's Lassie.
You were told to stay away from the castle and leave the items. Why did you break into the castle? And how did you get past my guard dogs at the gate?
Well, I was worried about Cassima and...
Bah, never mind.
Yeah.
Your presence here has been forbidden. I'm afraid I'm going to have you thrown in the dungeon. I'll figure out how you got in later. Guards? You'll stay
Feels
here
like a
until
death.
we find out what the Wazir wants to do with you.
The guard dogs leave Alexander to his fate.
Okay, this sounds exactly the same.
The sound of running...
Yeah. Death 45. Restore. Restore. I just have to convince him. I didn't have any way to talk. Like, the only thing I can think is we go here or we stand here for an hour and wait. Yeah, there's no window. Unless this is like...
Alexander is standing in a masculine bedroom. Polished marble walls rise to meet a tall ceiling, and the furnishings have an opulent feeling. He wonders whose bedroom this is.
Is this a particularly masculine bedroom? It just seems like just any old kind of bedroom. I assume they're just saying that so you don't think it's Cassima's room, but... Petting the dog. No, I should have tried that.
Alexander takes a closer look at the portrait on the wall.
Oh yeah, that's it. What's this back here?
Kindly smiles light up the faces of the couple in the painting. The man
I don't
Alexander
have any milk
guesses that the man in-
bones. I didn't get any more
The guard dog-
snacks.
The guard dogs are gone.
Oh.
The door is locked from the inside. Alexander has more.
I shouldn't be here yet, huh? Or should I? I don't know. Let's just think. If I go here, I go to jail. If I go there, Cassima yells at me. Distract them with a tennis ball. And also get more fruit snacks. Alright, I'll get more fruit snacks. I tried to buy them in bulk and they didn't have them at the store. Burn the palace to the ground and leave no survivor. Well, that seems not ideal.
There's no...
Let's look in here again. Can I not grab the words? It seems like... Oh no! I ran out of handles. What am I gonna do? How can I open doors if I don't have handles? That would stop the wedding. Yeah, I need handles. All right, back to Cassima here.
A galloping horse adorns the north wall.
I do not have a handle on this, that's true.
A marble bench along the wall provides a place for quiet
Bye,
contemplation.
Richard Demiurgy. Thanks for hanging out. No. Oh, yeah. No, I know. I was just... I was like... Oh, what's the word? I was like, all right, get out of here. No more puns, that sort of thing. You have no idea how to do this part, even if I could help. No one may sleep while King's Quest VI is being played.
Alexander sees nothing of particular interest about that area of the Marble Hall.
Okay. Let's open this up, see if it's got its handle back.
Alexander opens the ebony box.
Yeah.
Alexander can read the piece. The brush. Finding Cassima is no game of chance. The bottle contains only a small amount of black ink, most of it dried at the bottom. Alexander decides to leave it there. The brush is old and small. Inside the ebony box is a piece of paper with the word Zebu printed on it.
What I don't get is we can't type. So is there just a flag that I've seen this? The game doesn't usually do stuff like that. I guess... Or the games, rather. I don't know about this one so much, but... I guess Quest for Glory did, and it was before this, the VGA remake even, so... I don't get... Other than we should come here later, because the other problem is we probably can't get the Nightingale back, right? And if we can't get the Nightingale back, then we can't trade it for the brush. And if we can't have the brush... Excuse me. If we can't have the brush, then we can't use the brush for whatever the brush is for, which is unknown at this time, possibly nothing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, okay, death to number 46. We're back outside the palace. Think about this. This is my inventory. I have the skull. I have the tomato. But there's really no time to use it on the dogs or anything, because as soon as you're there, nothing can be used. It just sort of goes to a cutscene on both screens. No, I have no idea. And what is this screen even for? We've never done anything here.
The wall is quite solid. Alexander's... The side of the castle is one big blank wall. The vines are too flimsy to support Alexander.
I could throw this tomato at the window.
Why would Alexander...
I don't know. I didn't say it was a good idea. Can I drink this?
That would serve no purpose. Alexander sees no use.
Oh, interesting. Cleft the Mouse. 23 and 243. My goodness. Distinct voice lines. Let me think real quick. So there's a few custom for some items in different places, but there's a lot of generic ones too. Let me think how many screens I've seen. 4, 2, 4, 6. 179. There we go. Although sometimes they're like long paragraphs, so I don't know if I counted when are those distinct lines anytime it cuts if you click. In that case, I might want to bump it up to like 220 or something. Yeah. 512. Over 6,100? Holy crap. Are they broken up just like way more than I'm even thinking, or are there just there's just that much? It's crazy that there's 61 voice lines, and yet we've heard Alexander searches the alcove and the dusty bones, but all he finds is the dust of the grave about 6,100 times. So this not ever pay off.
Alexander examines the tree's hollow, but finds...
There just really are. I didn't even think about that. Into every dialogue box is a file. Okay. So it's like what it is. Oh, I hadn't thought of it that way. That's a better way to think about it. And yeah, that I could see how that would get bigger much faster. I was thinking of the characters talking, and then I kind of thought about the narrator, but he repeats himself because I do the same thing over and over. So I was thinking he wasn't talking that much. He definitely is. Yeah, that makes sense, Clef. Oh boy. So I figured out stuff to do in the palace, but it looks like I get stuck there, and also there's tons of stuff I haven't done not in the palace. But I can't decide if I'm just missing something in the palace or if I'm... Because she tells us to leave, so I don't know. Very confusing. You want to use audio from the end. Excellent.
Would you mind?
Of course, Prince Alexander.
Give me that paintbrush. Yeah, we've never used this for anything as far as I know. What does it say?
Alexander is carrying a clean but well-used...
Hey, stranger, come join me. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I wasn't savvy to what was going on yet when we got there. Although I did suspect the eyes were something off, so I fell for that one, or I jumped in for that one. I guess didn't fall. Ugh. Yeah, dust to the grave. Dust to the grave. I should probably grab because my goodness. Heard it so many times. What would we even use a paintbrush for? It could be that it's not even used. Ah. So unsure of exactly what to do. Really, an Easter egg was discovered in 2021? That's crazy.
Alexander has no need to carry around large rocks.
Oh, you couldn't lift that, Alexander. Get out of here. That's kind of crazy. I know sometimes Easter eggs stay undiscovered for a long time, but that's a really long time. I'm just thinking right now while wandering. Yeah, he could totally lift it. Several decades, wow. Paintbrush. No unique visuals or audio. Ah, so it just sort of, yeah, there's no way to like notice an asset or anything because it doesn't have one. That's why I was kind of surprised for this game, because that just seems like something you'd find in the files. Crap. Yeah, we can do that. Because I'm absolutely stuck. As long as it's not spoilers for the solutions, but I don't think Easter eggs are. I'm totally fine with that. Isle of Wonder. Although there are some things I haven't done at the Isle of Wonder because I don't know how yet. So if it requires something, all right, let me know where to go. Swamp Screen, yes. My nemesis. Swamp Screen. Yeah, I have one. Watch out for the tree bark. I know. That's a good point, Retro Demiurge. There we are. Gotcha. Is that the right spot or good enough? Wow.
Alexander already has a bottle. Alexander. A large.
Ah! No! Oh no!
The mucky swamp is no place for.
No! What have we done? Swamp. That's amazing and ridiculous. So wait, this little pile of pixels isn't, or just like isn't, I don't know what this, in a sprite sheet or somewhere or something? Or is this the one that they found that way? And Just a generic plunk. Wow. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, that's like... I didn't know the games even ever had Easter eggs like that. That's like... reminds me of doing weird stuff on later games or Super Nintendo where we had to go stand somewhere and push a button. Like for like debug passwords and stuff. Or debug levels and stuff. Resets when I leave in Rainer. Very interesting. Well, at least something interesting happened. Now I'm going to go back to wandering and thinking. That's the problem with blind playing these games. Sometimes, I mean, I feel like I need to get that stick, and I feel like I definitely need to do something here. But I just can't even think of what that might be. There's books, a bookworm of some sort, or a caterpillar, spelling bees, and a spider. Yes, enjoyment. I'm in. It's a problem for me because I have to just figure out what I'm doing. Oh, nice. That's a good idea, Clough. Ah, so you wouldn't even know. I mean, there'd be no way to, yeah. Interesting. It's unused. Not these people. They haven't said anything in a while.
Alexander doesn't want to wake up the sleeping oyster.
I disagree. I do want to wake up the sleeping oyster. Boil them. Oh, I could take them. Yeah.
Alexander doesn't.
I'll take him to that hot lake. Although I cooled it off already, but. I'm so. Okay, so on the Isle of Mists, I get burned alive for the druids to do some sort of rain ceremony. In the castle, I get caught by the guards no matter which way I go. Here, there's 2 screens on the Isle of Wonder I've done nothing with. There's the fountain I've done nothing with in Beast style. And I think that's pretty much it of stuff I think I need to do, but I don't know how. There used to be a cat on Beauty's house screen. Yeah. Oh, Line's interacting with it and stuff. Interesting. Did I find the missing line yet? No. We did find out this, though. This is very, very interesting stuff. It's an Easter egg we were just taught. Tree Antichrist. It's
Alexander.
It's very sad. It's a sad Easter egg. Alas. There's like nothing I do here seems to do anything. I don't know, he squishes that frog. Very upsetting in a lot of ways. Well, I had to. Oh wow, yeah, that's awesome. It's so crazy because this is a very popular game. A frog that dances in any of the previous games. I have vague memories of a dancing frog, but I think it was in a totally different game series, not any of these. Kind of making fun of the Looney Tunes one. What game was that? And it wasn't Willy Beamish, even though there's heavy on the frogs on that one. I just can't think. I mean, like, I thought they'd want this word because they're spelling bees, but they just do not care about it.
There's no that.
Or I click badly.
That.
There's 5,000 left. I would advise against that. Oh, that's gotta be good. Where's the clown guy? That's the real question of the day. I mean, I know he's in the palace, but we didn't see him. He wasn't around. I don't know. Hold on. I'm going to load the game where we're in the palace. Jolo, that's it, yes.
The door is locked from the... Alexander sees nothing.
What was in here again?
The wardrobe is full of black cloaks and a rather sour smell.
Right, this is the genie's
Alexander
room,
examines
I guess.
the clothes, but finds nothing.
Why would a
of
genie
interest.
have a room, though? Doesn't really make sense, does it?
Alexander?
I can't use anything here, so it's just
The box inside the ebony box is a piece of paper with the word Zebu printed on it.
Oh, hold on. Hold on a second. Sorry, let me pause this real quick. There we go. So let me look at... Oh, this is all the wrong size. What is happening here? Let's look at the manual real quick. Is Zebu one of those words? My goodness, this thing is... Okay. Here we go. So weren't there a bunch of words in here? No, they're just letters. Although, I see. Hold on. So, oh gosh, I'm going to have to write all this down. Hold on. So let's do ZEBU. And I'm going to write down all the stuff they are. So Z is desire. Warthog. Burgundy. And garnet. And then E is irony. Oh, I lost it. There it is. Whale. Sable, the color, and granite. I thought I had marble, No, wait, what is it? What's the joke? I forget. The punchlines take it for granted, and I've forgotten the actual joke, so I've screwed the whole thing up. It's not a good joke. B is sorrow. What everyone may be feeling after hearing that butchery of not even a joke. And it's the albatross. The color charcoal gray. That's pretty specific. Charcoal gray. And onyx. Yes, onyx. Yes. And then you. I don't know if any of this will be relevant, but it feels like is intuition. The serpent. The color royal blue. And rain? I thought these were, let me look at wood, clay. Okay, these are all just, I don't know. Maybe you could call these elements. Peasant blue. That's right. Not to be confused with peasant blue. Annoyed with myself? Nah. I've never been annoyed with myself. Except that I forgot the wording for that joke. Not entirely certain what any of this means here. Well, there could be somewhere where that makes sense. Let me look through here as well real fast to make sure there's nothing else that looks meaningful. I thought this had two things I looked at, like codes. Oh, no. It was the riddles. It had the questions here on one of the pages. So that's why we looked at two different things. It wasn't two, like, symbol things. I should probably write the actual symbols themselves down too, huh? I totally forgot about that. So I'm going to draw those real quick. Just so I don't have to pull this back up. That's always a pain. Z is like staircase with some arrows. E is a foot. B is a T with like a square bracket underneath it. And U is, I don't know, like a pipe with some water in it. That's what we're going with. It's a pipe with some water in it. All right, ZEBU. There we go. No. King's Quest 3 was I think my favorite up to now. Although I really like this one. 4 was okay. 1 and 2, I mean, those are older, but I liked them. They're cute. And 5 I despised. I just didn't like how you couldn't look at stuff. Like there wasn't enough text. It felt very, I don't know. I don't know. It felt like a small linear world versus what they usually feel like. Even the older ones felt more open somehow. Yeah, I didn't get soft block too hard that I recall, but let's get the volume back. Four, huge nostalgia for. Yeah, I liked 4. In the scheduling mechanic, yeah, it just felt like stuff was happening. I don't know, it felt the most modern in a way, which is strange. Because even this still feels like an old point and click, but 3 was actually really interesting. I don't know, I really like 3. And it was definitely the hardest to get a foot in the door. I think we ended up having to use a magazine. Someone redeemed a magazine that had a small hint in it. And I can go ahead and tell you the reason I clicked the top of this is because of 3. Nothing happened, but finding the key on top of it,
The wardrobe.
was from a magazine. I did not find that on my own. Because I thought I'd already looked there. I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. Alexander's have been my favorite. Because I do think I like this more than 4. I don't know if I like it more than 3. 3's really interesting. If I go here, I get killed. If I go here, I get killed. I can go in there, but there's nothing to do. Can I knock on his door again? Bother him to
The
something?
door is locked from the inside.
Hello?
A voice from
Go away!
Yeah, same lines. Can I talk to Kasima again? Oh.
Good gravy, a strange man. And by the princess's door yet. Jowls, come quick.
New voice lines
I can
anyway.
explain. I think. I was looking for the kitchen, you see.
Sure you were. Jowls!
Sniffed out an intruder, did you? Good for you, Mike. Let's get
Now wait a minute. That's the
I
two
say
that
we take him to the dungeon, then go fetch Captain Saladin.
Right. We might just
I
get an
know
award for
surrounded.
this
Tossing
one.
his disguise was so frustrating. All right, we're dead.
You'll
Death
stay in here until we find out what the
47?
Wazir wants to do with you.
The
Death
guard dogs
47.
leave Alexander to his fate.
Although these aren't
locking
really
the
deaths,
door
but
noisily behind
they're
them.
game ending. Yeah,
sound
the
of
dogs are really
footsteps
nice too,
echoes
except for
outside Alexander's
that they
cell.
listen to the Vizier.
What are you doing down here?
I can't load. I'm gonna skip because we've seen this like 1,000 times now.
Just as
I do like that it has its own end screen. It doesn't just, because you don't die. If we walk over there, we die. So if we come back here, we die. Have I looked in these?
Alexander has more urgent things to do than try to move those heavy urns.
I'm starting to think I shouldn't be here yet, maybe.
Alexander can't reach the statue.
Or can I do something? Wait.
A marble statue of a guard dog in full regalia adorns the top of a pillar.
I don't know what I would do with that. I had some invisible ink, but I've used it. If I just throw the tomato.
There's no reason to use that. Using that on the floor would accomplish nothing.
I like when the tomato has his own line.
Using that on the...
Dogs like bones.
There's no reason using...
What sucks is when you go on the screen, you can't even do anything. So it's like, unless I can do it here, it's not really gonna work. Yeah, we talked to the...
Where were you born? A barn? It's a pigsty back here. Yeah, all this stuff you got. What do you want to carry all this trash around for? Where were you born? A barn?
Oh, I thought he said different stuff.
You're ugly and you
Oh,
smell
there we go.
bad.
That's the one
Put
he
me
does the
down before
most.
I juice all over you.
Juice all over, yeah.
What do you want from me? A recitation or something?
You know who I really liked talking to, and it was totally creepy and weird, were these friends from Space Quest. I forget which number, 4 or 5. 4? Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. What are we carrying all that stuff for? I don't know. We have so much stuff that I have not used, or some of it's already been used, like the flour and the rabbit's foot. We know what to do with the milk, but I don't know why. It's either to get baby tears for reasons that I have no idea why we'd want them based on just the narration, but the narration often is the clue, and mentions those. I don't know what those would be for, or how to collect them. I don't think we use the feather. Jorf! How's it going? I don't think we've used the feather for anything.
Using that on the floor would have... Using that on the... Alexander is tickled enough just to be out on his own on this adventure.
So the reason I was trying to use the feather on Alexander, because if it made him sneeze, I was going to go stand near those piles of books that it says are about to topple over. I don't know why. It just felt like sneezing would make them fall over. Carry a scythe in your pocket, yeah. Definitely use the scythe. The ribbon, we got the hair off of it, but we haven't used it. I don't know what the heck to do with where. What is the full sentence? I've already forgotten.
Alexander is carrying, oddly enough, a sentence. It says, "Where are you going?"
Where are you going? So I don't know what that's about. The Oracle Water. Where am I going? I don't know. But I actually have to leave soon. I know it's a little early in time, but I have to get up at like 5:30. So that's why I started a little earlier, and I'll probably end in about 10 minutes, sadly. We had some progress, or at least we learned what to do in the palace once it's time to go here, but I do think we're sort of soft-locked. And there's stuff we need to do outside, or I'm missing something obvious here. We've tried moving the portrait, right? Like, I thought I tried that.
Alexander checks behind the portrait.
I've done that. I'm almost certain. Maybe I did it when the guards were still here and it didn't work.
Alexander pulls the nail out of the wall and keeps it. Alexander can't return the portrait to the wall now that he's taken the nail.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Not really sure that helps me a whole bunch, just offhand.
The iron nail is quite sturdy and has a thin, pointed tip.
Ah. Nope, don't go that way. Ah, crap.
Alexander wiggles.
I was like, if it's for Casima's lock, we're gonna have to go back, because I can't go back to her lock.
Alexander opens the trunk. It looks like the owner of this trunk is quite the correspondent. The stack of letters appears to be ordered by date, because the top one is dated only a month ago.
Yeah, that would be funny, Clef.
It looks like the owner of this trunk is quite the correspondent. The stack of letters appears to be ordered by date, because the top one is dated only a month ago. A few worn leather books occupy the trunk. The top one is entitled Guidebook to the Land of the Green Isle. A book like that might have been a big help when Alexander first arrived. The trunk's owner obviously found it interesting too, for the guidebook is dog-eared and stained.
Is that the name of the manual?
Alexander picks up the most recent letter and examines it.
That's not what I tried to do.
The letter is addressed to Abdul al-Hazred from the wizard Shadrach. It reads, "Greetings to a brother of the Black Cloak. I was sorry to hear of great Mordak's death, though he was a bit of a ninny at chess. It seems the plans for that little kingdom of yours are coming along. I must congratulate you on your handling of the king and queen. Isolating the islands so that no protest could develop was another brilliant stroke. It looks like there's not much left to stand in your way. Do as I recommended with the girl, and you shall have your crown."
That fiend!
Alexander opens the... Alexander isn't interested in the oily perfume. The books look interesting, but there's undoubtedly more unnerving information in those letters, but Alexander has already seen enough.
That's annoying. So if I go back here, I do get caught? Yeah, alright. Yeah, there he is. Okay. We'll count that as a death, since technically I'm restoring away so we don't die. 48 death. Let's go to Guard Hall. And now let's do this. Same thing. Let's see if we can open the lock in Casima's.
Alexander.
So we'll redo what we just did.
Alexander.
So that save was just after the guards walked off. So we'll have to do all this. I'm going to look at this just in case it's like a flag for having seen it. I don't think it probably
the ebony box is a piece of paper.
matters. Well, maybe it does, because it made a noise. So I take that back.
Alexander.
Alexander.
The letter is addressed greeting. It looks
that fiend. All right. We did all that.
Alexander here. The crying is louder here. It seems.
Hello? Is there someone in there?
Who's there?
All right, we just did this.
The only beside.
She tells us to go outside.
Alexander hesitates.
I'll do as you say.
I believe you.
All right, and I don't. If I'm able to do that, I give her the dagger.
Casima, take this small dagger. It's not much, but perhaps it will prove useful to you.
Oh, thank you, Alexander.
Alexander opens the letter. Greetings to a It seems that it looks like there's not much left to stand in your way.
Alhazred.
I really wanted you to give that to her.
I found this letter in the Wazir's bedroom. I think you should know what it says.
I can't believe it. Oh, I had my suspicions, but this confirms everything. Alexander, you must take the letter. You might have a chance to show it to someone who can help you stop the Wazir.
Okay. Now.
The padlock on the door is too substantial to be picked with that nail.
Beans.
With guards around every corner, Alexander is much... Alexander is standing in the north upstairs hallway of the...
Well, I'm going to add a save over the original Casima save.
Alexander hears the sounds of guard dogs approaching from the east.
Alexander, go! They're back! That's so good! They came from the wrong direction, but okay.
Hey, look, Wolf. The king and queen's portrait fell down.
Sorry. I was just looking at it.
Get him, Pay. You'll stay in here.
The guard dog.
Do I just run down the stairs since they're coming from the east and I just added trouble to myself for no reason? 49 death. Wazir, yes.
Alexander.
Okay, we heard dogs coming. So can I maybe since they're coming from the east, I can just bolt out of here. No! Oh, for goodness sake. No, stop. Ugh. Death 50.
Alexander hears this.
Oh. Understood.
Alexander hears the... Alexander puts the nail back. Alexander...
There, I figured it out. Yes, just as Eniel dad, exactly.
If you didn't have the brain of a cat, Wolf, you'd have known that mechanical nightingale wasn't Casima's nightingale.
I was
For sure,
always
great
staying on
minds.
patrol, but you wanted to show that thing to Saladin.
Well, at least the captain wasn't too mad. He's a good, honest dog, Saladin is. I, wish the same could be said for our... Hush! Do you want to be dazzled, you fool?
Dazzled.
Somewhere nearby, a door opens.
Greetings, Shamir, sir.
A petulant voice snaps a response at the guards.
The wedding is about to begin. Make sure everything is secure.
Yes, sir.
Footsteps retreat down the hall towards the back hallway. Alexander hears the distant sounds of chains rattling. A door opens. There's a small commotion and a woman's sharp cry.
Cosima!
Gradually, the sounds fade away off to the east. All is silent.
If it weren't for him being the Wizir's page and all, I'd have something to say
Why
about
did he
that.
scream? Okay.
Wonder where he's taking her. The wedding's the other way.
You never
Scared
know
the
with
heck
that
out of
one.
me.
He's always showing up when he shouldn't be and going where he oughtn't. Let's go check it out.
The guard dogs seem to have stopped at the back hallway.
Let's go ahead and just save over guard hall. And now, yeah, I have to get up in like 4.5 hours, so I'm gonna go to sleep. But let me do this real quick. Bam, bam. And we will go to my credits. Great progress in the palace for sure. Good night, Clef. Thank you so much for stopping by and telling us about that Easter egg. That was so awesome. And thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for the GG Justice Neil Dad and also the raid. I very much appreciate it. Bye, Jorf. I'll be back tomorrow, but unfortunately, tomorrow is not King's Quest 6. Tomorrow will be some more Amiga April. I haven't decided what games I'm going to play yet, but we're going to find some. If you have a suggestion, let me know. I'll add those to the list. Night, Anitsu. Night, Retro Demiurgy. Night, Surrounded. But yeah. It counts towards Amiga April. That's true. I could play that version. Just catch back up. But let's see. Yeah, so I'll be back Friday. We'll be playing this again next Wednesday. Is that too long? Maybe we'll play this tomorrow. I mean, it feels like we're so close. Let's play it tomorrow anyway. Amiga April can wait till next week. Because every day will be Amiga April once I finish this, and we won't go back to Sierra till after April, and we'll start with Dagger of Amun-Ra after we beat King's Quest 6, and then Amiga April happens, so... Yeah, let's play this tomorrow. Yeah. I mean, I'll only switch games if I beat it, I think, Surrounded. If I do beat it, I'll get a list of Amiga games and have them ready. So if I beat this somehow, we can move on. But oh my gosh, I'm supposed to be raiding someone and finding someone playing something. And instead I am yapping. Let's see if we can find a point-and-click game. I never can, but if someone knows someone playing a point-and-click game, let me know. Ooh, Ghoul Babe, yeah. That will work, usually. Playing good stuff. Everyone say hey to Ghoul Babe. Let's raid out over there. The Crimson Diamond. I assume that's a new point-and-click game. Chancellors. Alright, y'all have a good night. We'll be back. Oh, it's in the style of Laura Bow. Excellent. We'll be playing Dagger of Amun-Ra, which I haven't played, but I have seen played. But not very well, so it'll still be kind of blind as far as getting good results. Y'all have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!